Hi students, this is Kartik Trivedi and you are watching a lecture series of Applied Thermodynamics with me. In this video, we're gonna see analytical method for solving psychrometry example. So let us start today's video. So here, the example is a sling psychrometer. Now what is sling psychrometer? That I already told you in last video. Okay, so what is sling psychrometer? Psychrometer is a device which measure the DBT and WBT temperature. So there are two devices, psychrometer and hygrometer. So I already told you in the part 1 of the property of moist air that there is a one device which measure dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature, and that device is sling psychrometer. Okay, so this is also a very important device. So sometime in 3 marks they asked in GTU examination for sling psychrometer. So see that you have to draw that sling psychrometer and you have to just write down very small thing about that. So you have to refer that in from the reference book. Okay, so now here let us forget it. Now here, now you understand what is sling psychrometer is. So sling psychrometer is a device which measure dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. Okay, so here a sling psychrometer reads means measure 40 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature, DBT means dry bulb temperature, and 28 degrees Celsius WBT means wet bulb temperature. So here with the help of sling psychrometers we have taken a reading, and the reading of dry bulb temperature which is 40 degrees Celsius and the wet bulb temperature WBT equal to 28 degrees Celsius. Calculate specific humidity number 1, number 2 RH means relative humidity, number 3 rho V means vapor density, number 4 DPT means dew point temperature, and number 5 enthalpy of the mixture. Take PB equal to 1.03 bar. PB means atmospheric pressure. Take atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.03 bar. So sometime in example they will not give you the atmospheric pressure, then you have to take atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.03 bar. Or sometime in example, if he will give you take atmospheric pressure equal to 1.013 bar, then we have to take atmospheric pressure equal to 1.013 bar. If he doesn't give any kind of atmospheric pressure, then you have to take it on your own. Either you will take 1.03 bar or either you can take 1.013 bar. So whatever will be atmospheric pressure given, you have to take that only. Okay, if nothing is given, then you can take either 1.03 bar or you can take 1.013 bar. Okay, so let us start solving the example. So first thing, steam table. First thing you require is steam table. Now what is steam table? So I already told you, you have a refrigeration chart by R.S. Khurmi. So go see the index. In index you will have a steam table. So you don't have to purchase separately. If you have a book of, I already told you, we have solved the example of pH diagram by using R.S. Khurmi pH diagram chart. So we have already book pH diagram, or we have already book refrigeration chart with table by R.S. Khurmi, that we already have that book. Okay, I already told you that. So see the index of that book and from there you will find the steam table. So go to the steam table. Okay, so now first we have to use steam table. So from steam table, first you have to take WBT. So by using WBT temperature, we will find vapor pressure. First you have to find the vapor pressure, PV. Okay, so now to find this vapor pressure we require PW, because here you can see this equation. This equation is known as Carrier's equation, that you have to remember. Okay, there is no derivation for that, you have to remember as it is. So here you can see that one term PW, that is unknown. So to find that PW we require wet bulb temperature. So by using wet bulb temperature we find PW by using steam table. So see the steam table. Now steam table you will have a temperature and pressure line. Temperature and pressure vertical column like this. Temperature reading in vertical column and pressure reading in vertical column. Now find a temperature of 28 degrees Celsius in steam table. Okay, so sometime what happens, you don't have sometime in steam table you don't have a 28 degrees Celsius, but if you have a 27 degrees Celsius table and 29 degrees Celsius table value, so you can do the average of that and you can find the value of 28 degrees according to that. Okay, so always remember that sometimes it is not necessary that you will find exactly 28 degrees Celsius. Sometimes it is 27 degrees Celsius reading is there, 29 degrees Celsius is reading there, then you have to take the average of both this thing and you have to find related to 28 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now from steam table find 28 degrees Celsius temperature. Now this 28 degrees Celsius temperature, see what is the pressure. What is the pressure according to 28 degrees Celsius. So what just besides of temperature there is a pressure line. So see what is exactly what is behind, or what you can say, according to 28 degrees Celsius temperature, what is the pressure showing there? So for 28 degrees Celsius, it is showing the pressure something like that, 0.0378 bar. So that will be the our PW. This is how you have to find. Okay, so temperature column, pressure column, 28 degrees Celsius temperature we have. So see the pressure according to that. So that pressure that I have find is 0.0378 bar. Okay, so that will be my PW. So this is how you can find PW. Okay, so now vapor pressure. To find the vapor pressure, this is non-carrier equation. The equation is PW minus big bracket PB means atmospheric pressure minus PW that we have find over here. TDB means dry bulb temperature, TWB means wet bulb temperature, 1544 minus 1.44, TWB means wet bulb temperature. Now always remember, in this equation you have to put the temperature value 8 degrees Celsius only. So PW we have already put it over here, minus PB means 1.03 bar, minus PW 0.0378 bar, dry bulb how much, 40 degrees Celsius, wet bulb 40 minus 28 divided by 1/44 minus 1.44, TW means wet bulb how much, 28 degrees Celsius. So keep the value in degrees Celsius only and find out the answer. That answer will be 0.0299 bar. So this is how we can find vapor pressure. Okay, now what we have to do, now from steam table, by using this vapor pressure value, we can find dew point temperature. So now what you have to do, now go to the steam table and see the pressure column and see the value of 0.0299. So sometimes you don't have a value of 0.0299, but it can be something 0.03. We can consider this value as a 0.03. So if 0.0299 is not there, see the column of 0.03 and according to that see what is the temperature there. So according to this pressure, I am finding the temperature in steam table is equal to this much, 24.1 degrees Celsius. So that will be my dew point temperature. Okay, so from vapor pressure we can find the dew point temperature. So dew point temperature is 24.1 degrees Celsius. This is DPT, or you can say TDP. Okay, dew point temperature. Now we have to find specific humidity. So what we have find? Now first thing we will start with finding the specific humidity. So we know that specific humidity equation 0.622 multiplied by PV vapor pressure divided by atmospheric pressure minus vapor pressure. So 0.62 vapor pressure that we have find from here, how much, 0.0299, put it over here, divided by PB atmospheric pressure, that is 1.03 minus vapor pressure 0.0299, put it over here and find out the value will be 0.01859 kg per kg of dryer. Always remember unit. And if you want to convert gram per kg of dryer, then answer will be something like that, 18.59. Okay, now by using, so if you want to find specific humidity, then you require the PV, and to find the PV, what you have to find? PW, and to find the PW, which temperature require? WBT. So by using WBT temperature, you can find PV, you can find dew point temperature, and you can find specific humidity. So this is the role of wet bulb temperature. Okay, now we will go for dry bulb temperature. Now we will use the same for dry bulb temperature. Okay, so now from steam table we know that dry bulb temperature is what, 40 degrees Celsius. Again same thing, see the table of 40 degrees Celsius and see what is pressure over there according to temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. So we can see that the pressure will be 0.0738 bar. So this is now, from this, using dry bulb temperature we can find saturated vapor pressure. PVS means saturated vapor pressure, which is 0.0738 bar. Okay, so we know that the equation of relative humidity is equal to PV upon PVS, vapor pressure upon saturated vapor pressure. So we already have vapor pressure. What is vapor pressure? 0.0299 divided by saturated vapor pressure 0.0738. So answer will be 0.405. But always remember, answer of relative humidity is always in percentage. So convert into the percentage value, that will be 40.5%. Okay, so this is how you can find this. Now next thing we will find is vapor density. So vapor density is equal to specific humidity, atmospheric pressure minus vapor pressure multiply by 10 raised to 5. Why multiply by 10 raised to 5? Because we know that this pressure value is in bar and vapor density unit is kg per meter cube. So to convert into kg per meter cube, what we have to do to get this unit kg per meter cube, this is bar value. So we have to multiply by 10 raised to 5. Okay, don't forget that this is only for vapor density. Okay, so always remember, convert this bar value to get the unit in kg per meter cube. What you have to do? You have to multiply this bar value by 10 raised to 5 divided by Ra. Ra means what? Gas constant of dryer into temperature Ta plus 273. That means we convert it into the Kelvin, temperature of air. Okay, dryer. Now we know that the Ra value, which is we have in kilojoule per kg Kelvin, which is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. But to get joule per kg Kelvin, it will be 287 joule per kg Kelvin. So always remember constant of dry. Same way, you have to remember RV value, constant of water vapor, which is 461 joule per kg Kelvin. So here we don't require RV. This is just for your information. We require RA. So 287 joule per kg Kelvin. So put the value W. How much W? 0.01859. So put over here 0.01859 kg value. So 0.01859 into bracket PB 1.03 minus PV 0.0299 multiply by 10 raised to 5 divided by Ra. Put 287. Ta, temperature of dry bulb air. So dry bulb temperature is how much? 40 degrees Celsius. So here you have to put, because temperature of dryer means related to dry bulb temperature. So temperature of 40 plus 273. Okay. So that you will find the value something like the vapor density 0.0206 kg per meter cube of dryer. So this is, always remember, in this equation only we will convert temperature into Kelvin, and here we multiply by 10 raised to 5. Now what we have to do? Now we have to use steam table again to find enthalpy of mixture. So now we have dew point temperature. What is dew point temperature? Which is 24.1 degrees Celsius. So now see the steam table, and by using dew point temperature we find HFG. So now see the steam table, see the 20.41 degrees Celsius temperature, and according to that you can find enthalpy table. So according to that, there is a HFG value written over there. So for 20.41 degrees Celsius, HFG value will be 2444.5 kilojoule per kg. So to find the enthalpy of mixture, this is the equation that you have to remember as it is. There is no derivation for that, which is 1.022 dry bulb temperature. How much? 40 multiplied by 40 plus W, specific humidity 0.01859. Big bracket 2.3068 into dew point temperature, which is 24.1 plus HFG, that is you have find over here 2444.5, and your answer will be 87.35 kilojoule per kg of dryer. So this is how you can solve the example. I hope you will like this video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.